Hi everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and once again we're here with Insurance Talk with Dan Priest of Priest Insurance Agency. Dan, we're in hurricane season. We just had a major storm down in Florida. There's a lot of toys piled up everywhere down there. I saw golf carts, I saw boats, I saw surfboards, I saw kayaks. Can you get insurance on all that?
Sure you can. You know, when you look at that, and in some places there may be some limited coverage in your homeowner's policy, but not per flood. That's not
rising water.
Yeah,
whether it's wind driven or storm driven.
Water coming up. Okay, is not what's covered. So those things are covered under an individual policy. Also, for some of those boats that are piled up, sometimes they're subject to a special hurricane deductible, and there's also additional coverage like hurricane haul-outs that's available on an individual policy for a boat.
For big boats especially.
For big boats especially, or pollution cleanup.
Okay.
That could be out there. But whether it's a boat, whether it's a golf cart, whether it's a four-wheeler, a jet ski, whatever you may have, by owning a policy individually and selecting comprehensive and collision coverage, you automatically bring in coverage for that rising water.
Okay.
And so generally for a much less deductible, for a golf cart, maybe it costs you $200 or $300 a year or so to insure it.
But and that's also liability.
That's also liability for driving it.
Like down here, we need that, you know, and just like a vehicle. And so I'm figuring, I'm not going to say assume, but I'm figuring that they would need it down there too. So, you know, that's something that you need to think about really, because everyone worries about their house, but when it comes down to it, and you and I have both been there, when that storm's coming in the Gulf and we're in that cone and it's time to go ahead and get anything that you can't do without, a lot of times room or availability of trailers is different, and you can't haul a boat and a golf cart at the same time.
Cannot.
You know, and so a lot of times something gets left, and it's usually the golf cart compared to the boat, because boats are usually the first thing to go out.
Or you just can't get here.
Right.
You know, and so you've got a boat, and like a golf cart, you think about whether you're spending an extra $300 a year for golf cart coverage, and that does include liability, which follows you around, and it would include comprehensive coverage in the event that it's stolen or that rising water comes up or something happens to it, or collision coverage, meaning it gets hit on the beach.
Right.
You know, it's either pay that $300 or potentially have a $15,000 or $20,000 deductible.
Right.
If you can't get it. It makes a lot of sense to have that coverage, and the same for a boat as well.
Is there any stipulations on, like for boat and golf cart, that says you have to make an effort to get it out? Or, you know, do what you can to get it out, or how? I mean,
no, it's covered, and you know, and you do have a responsibility to mitigate a loss, but not at risk of life and limb.
Right.
So that coverage does apply, and it's not like, you know, flood really doesn't cover anything unless it's above base flood.
Right.
And so it doesn't apply to your golf cart, which may be in your closure downstairs. That would be covered, or if someone, which happens, someone tries to drive through the slough at the beach and it doesn't make it out in the first gut.
Right, great. We saw you were talking about not being able to make it down.
Yeah.
I know I left for Ike, and a buddy called me and said, is there anything you didn't get out? And I said, I left all my rods and reels at the bait camp, because at the time I was running out of Carol's, and I just kept my rods there and we loaded them in the morning.
Yep.
Can you go by and get them? And so he went by and picked them up, but then he forgot his rod and reels at the house.
Oh boy.
And so, you know, every effort, and let me tell you, I saw it in Ike, a lot of people want to help people. A lot of and I had, I don't know how many calls 2 or 3 days before, and I was gone already, that said, David, is there anything you need? Man, I'm gone. My boat's in Katy, or I mean, the other west side of Houston. Everything's gone. I'm in my trailer in Bow Bridge. You're good. So, you know, get help, but try and get everything you can out, because it's a pain.
It is, and
you
mentioned rod and reels, and when you're talking about your boat or something like that, you can endorse the things that go in on your boat, like your depth finder, like your rods and reels, onto your policy, which broadens the coverage under it. But you do need to make sure that you're having those policies, because whether it's comprehensive or collision or liability, you can cover yourself for your passengers, for example, riding in your golf cart, riding in your boat, or permissive use, which is sometimes excluded on other policies. So someone else is driving your cart, you have coverage.
Well, if people want to get hold of you to talk about their boat or their RV or their golf cart, make sure they've got the coverage they need for liability, and make sure they've got just plain coverage. How can they get hold of you?
Call us at 409-755-7600 or reach us at priestinsuranceenagency.com.
They've got a great website, a great group of girls up there that really go the extra mile for you and sit you down and explain to you, whether it's on the phone or in person. They really know the coverages and what you need, and can give you the pros and cons of different things or things that you may want to add on. So give them a call. Even if you've got insurance, give them a call and let them look at it to make sure you have the coverage you need and that nothing's overlapping, because that could save you some money down the road. Dan, thanks for joining us. We're going to head on out. Man, this is some great fall weather. Make sure you come down and explore Bolivar Peninsula. You'll love it. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. Priest Insurance Agency has been located in the heart of Lumberton, Texas since 2001, providing a consultative approach and educating customers on how their insurance works for them throughout the coastal region of Texas. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal region of Texas, covering home, auto, business, and recreational insurance. With ties to the coastal communities, Dan Priest has had the sand between his toes since 1972, with a home on Bolivar Peninsula in Galveston County. He survived a storm named Ike, but lost his home. With insurance coverage, his family was able to rebuild following the 2008 storm and continues to make memories beachfront. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal communities, family dwellings, investment property, and business insurance. They've been there. Whether you're looking for or have a family retreat along the Texas coast, investment property, or a business, Priest Insurance would be honored to work with you and your family to make sure you're covered anytime trouble arises. For more information on Priest Insurance and their contact information, please visit their website at www.priestinsuranceenagency.com, or their office is open for phone calls with questions and consultation Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. by calling 409-755-7600. Priest Insurance Agency, working and educating customers, making sure they understand and have the coverage they deserve.